Hey guys, hi. I have not said hello to you guys in a while. As you can see, I am doing laundry right now and I have a whole bunch of clothes that I need to fold, so I figured I could fold and talk to you guys and update you on everything that I have been up to. So first and foremost, how are you guys? If you want, you can leave a comment down below and say, hey, I'm doing good or not so good, or, oh, of course Ace has to come and be in it. Ace, no. Go lay down. Go. Ace, go. Keep going. But yeah, go ahead, please. Like, leave a comment, say, yes, I've been doing great. No, I have not been doing that great. Because things have been crazy on my end. So I think the last time I talked to you guys was what I got for Christmas, and that was right before we took a vacation to Joshua Tree, and a lot has happened since then. I'm sorry if you hear me cough through the video. Oh my gosh, like I've had the worst cough. It started out with a cold, and then after a week, I still wasn't getting better. It turned into a sinus infection, which turned into a double ear infection. So I still have the cough. I feel like my ears are underwater, so I'm kind of like, well, I just don't feel myself. But anyways, I think the last time I talked to you guys was Joshua Tree, which if you didn't know, now you know, I'm engaged. Here's my ring. I'll get nice and close to you guys. I know, I'm so excited. It's crazy. Like, it is legitimately crazy to me that I'm engaged and I've been planning a wedding. So that's where most of my time has been going. Like, obviously I've been in school, now I'm engaged. Things have just been crazy. My ring. So this is my grandmother's ring that she left me in her will, and unfortunately, like, I don't really have any family members that are still alive. Like, it's legitimately just me and my dad that are living the dream and, you know, working through life together. And my grandmother left me this ring, which is her wedding ring and engagement ring, in her will. And of course, like, I feel like most people would, which the reason I'm saying this is because I have gotten really negative reactions for how small it is, and I feel like most people probably would go out and buy like a bigger ring or say like, oh, you know, I need something bigger and better, but it just has so much meaning to me. And I am getting another band for it, but just this set, like, I feel like this set has lived through so much, and every time I look at it when I'm in school, I think of my grandmother, I think of my family, I think of how far that I've come. So it just makes me so happy, you know, like, just so meaningful, and like, I don't know, it just makes me very happy when I look at it and I think about it. But should I like tell the whole engagement story too? So we were in Joshua Tree, of course. I kind of suspected for a little while. So I gave Joe this ring maybe like a year and a half ago. I think it was right after my mom died, and she died in January of 2020. And it kind of just like set a spark in us, like set a little bit of a fire, like, okay, you know, like, life is so fragile, like, we definitely want to be with each other, and now my mom's not going to be here, and like, this is something that we want to do and share with whoever we have left. And then of course everything happened and we got shut down for a whole year, and we just were like, it's not the right time right now. Like, we want to make sure that we have our families there, we have the people who we care about, who we can share this time with, because it's so important to both of us. Like, it's so meaningful. So we just waited. We waited a little bit of time. So Joe's just had this in his drawer for I don't know how long. And I kind of was suspecting for a little while that that's what's going to happen. We were having some conversations about it before we went on our vacation and stuff. But I mean, you never know. Like, it's their decision. So he could be deciding on another day or planning something else. But anyways, so we went to Joshua Tree for our anniversary. It was our 4-year anniversary. We were camping out in this cute little camper, and I'll try and insert pictures if I can. I don't really know how to do that. But yeah, we were just camping, and and we were in this trailer and we were just by ourselves, and it was just so nice and relaxing. I've never been to Joshua Tree. Joe's from New Jersey, he's never been to Joshua Tree. So we decided, okay, we're gonna drive through the park. So from tip to tail, from one end of the park to the other is about an hour and a half. But if you drive on the main roads, I think it's from like 20 minutes from one side of town to the other or something like that. So we drive through all the way through the park to the other end. And then Joe kept talking about stars. Like, I love stars. Most people love stars. Like, it's beautiful. I grew up in the mountains. I really enjoy looking at the stars, but he just would not stop talking about these stars and like how well known this park is for stars. He ordered a map for stars. They kept talking about these stars. It's like, okay, like, yes, it's exciting, but it's not that exciting. Like, calm down. And we went back to our campsite, made dinner. He started drinking, and he was like, okay, I'm ready to go look at the stars, but you have to drive because I've been drinking. I think he had a little bit too much liquid courage, but that's just me. So I'm like, okay, like, yeah, sure, whatever. He's like, I have this spot, like, I looked it up, it's great, you can see the stars. Like, don't stop talking about stars. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. So we go to one end of the park, and we're not finding it, and Joe's just, like, so distracted. And so finally, like, we get to the end of the park, and I'm like, where was it? Like, we already drove through the park. And he was like, oh, I think we missed it. We gotta turn around and go back. And it's like, I am so tired by this point. I think it's like 9 o'clock. We've been out all day. We've been hiking, walking around. I'm like, I just want to go home. And he was like, no, like, we should turn around. We should go the other way. So then, come to find out, this spot was all the way at the front of the other end of the park. So we have to drive. So we drive one way an hour and a half. I have to drive all the way back an hour and a half. In the middle of the night, there's coyotes, like, things running in the road. I'm tired. I'm getting grumpy. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. So, anyways, we finally get there. He finds his spot. We get there, and there's people, like, you know how people like rave and they start gloving? Like, there's people like gloving behind us. Like, this is supposed to be a very secluded spot to see the stars, and they're like filming and like talking so loud. What are they doing? There we go.
It's so beautiful. Holy shit.
Alright. Let me know when it's done processing. I'll do one back down.
And then there's like other people and they're yelling, and it's like, oh my gosh, I felt so bad for Joe, because like, I know he was, after the fact, I know that he was trying really hard. I didn't realize what was going on. And he gets down on one knee, and I'm like, oh my god, like, this is it, like, this is the moment, this is crazy. And he starts talking, and he was like, you know, I just really like wish our family could be here. And I was like, yeah, you know, like, it has been a really hard year. And he was like, no, like, I took you out to this place so like your mom could be a part of it. And like, of course, I start bawling at that moment. He starts crying, like, one of the most romantic, thoughtful things anyone has ever said to me, because it's true. Like, my mom, I wish my mom could be there, you know, I wish I could call her and talk to her about it. And it was just so sweet, and I loved every second of it. And so now we're engaged and I'm wearing my ring. So that has been really eventful, trying to plan during a pandemic, trying to school, like, it's just been crazy. But once I started getting into the groove of it, I've never planned anything. I don't, like, my family didn't really have big parties or anything growing up. Like, I don't really know how, but I don't really like planning stuff, you know? So, I don't know. We made it work, and I got a wedding coordinator, and we are planning it for Tulum, Mexico, for not this year, but next year. So I'm so excited. So we basically have everything planned, and now I'm just making payments, which has been a big relief off my shoulders. Once I kind of started getting like the details, things started getting concrete. Like, I ordered the invitation, which I can show you guys a little bit later, but it's been so nice. Like, I'm just so excited. It's something to look forward to. And all of Joe's families it's gonna come, so it's gonna be like a big family reunion and vacation. And it'd be really nice to relax after this year has been so crazy, and seeing our family, who we haven't seen in almost 2 years now, and Joe's family, which we haven't seen for even longer than that, and I'm just excited. All our friends are gonna be there. It's gonna be a big giant party. So that was next on my checklist of things I need to update you guys about. Third thing is me being in school. Like, I am nearing the end of my second semester. I'm almost done with my first year of graduate school. Like, that's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me to think about. My first year, I'm almost done. Like, what the heck? I don't even know how that happened. I have 4 more sessions, like 4 more weeks, and then I'm done with my first year of graduate school. And then I have 2 more years of classwork, 1 year of internship, and then I'm a doctor. Like, what the heck? How did that happen? Like, oh my God, that just is mind-boggling to me, you know? But yeah, I'm almost done with my PsyD. I'm like 1/4 of the way there. But honestly, this semester, so it's a little bit easier just because I kind of know what to expect, but it's a little bit harder because, like, we got a lot of new professors, I think, just to keep up with. So last semester was our core faculty who was teaching us and have been here for a long time. And this semester is all of our brand new professors that I think that they got to keep up with the pandemic. And oh my God, it's like so difficult. Like, they not the best at teaching us, and it's a difficult information to be like learning and trying to talk to them. And I've never failed a class since, so I was a bio major for my first 2 years in undergrad. Never failed a class after I switched my major to psychology because I was failing out of bio. I've never failed a class in psychology, and I'm taking qualitative, which I've taken a lot of qualitative classes in my time, and I have like a B-, which is technically failing at this level. So it's like, I had to email my professor like, hey, like, what do you want from me? Like, what do you want me to do? What? You coming?
I want to know if you wanted lunch.
Oh, what do you want for lunch?
I was gonna go get some Mexican food.
Okay.
Huh?
I want to come. All right, y'all. Sorry. Enchilada break, and you know your girl is not gonna say no to food. So I'm gonna finish up. I think I was talking about my qualitative class, but yeah, I don't know. I ended up emailing the teacher and saying like, hey, if I get a B- in this class, I'm failing, which I've never done before. And she started giving me 100% on my assignments, but I approached her like, if you want me to do something, just tell me. Like, I need to know, you know? So anyways, besides the point, I think I'm doing okay in my classes. It's just harder with the newer teachers and the subjects and stuff, but I'm getting more used to class, so that part's easy. The subjects are not. Final thing that I wanted to update you guys on is my practicum placement. So I think I had talked about it a little bit before in my past videos, but since I've talked to you guys, like, things got so crazy and out of hand, right? So I applied to 3 places, which is what you're supposed to do. One of the places just immediately didn't even offer me an interview. Another place didn't offer me an interview, and I hadn't heard back from the 3rd place. And we were supposed to hear back by a certain time to get placed. Finally ended up hearing back from the 3rd place. And then the 2nd place had another department that was interested in me. So I ended up doing 2 interviews. And one of them put me into a 2nd round interview, and then from there they were like, oh no, you know, you're not a good fit actually. And then my 3rd round, I just never heard anything. On match day, we all were supposed to open up these emails on match day, and I never heard anything, which is like devastating, you know? Like, you're excited. Like, I thought that I had like a good vibe from these people, which generally, like, my vibe is like pretty on point. So, like, just to suddenly not hear anything was weird. It was a weird moment. And everyone was excited and like, oh, who'd you match with? Who'd you match with? And then suddenly I'm in 2nd round placement, which I've never gone to an interview and have not gotten it. So it was a very humbling experience, but it was also like sad. Like, that just sucked. Like, I did not like that feeling. So I ended up having to go into 2nd round placement, and which means when not all, but most of the other people in my cohort are celebrating and talking about, oh my gosh, I'm doing this placement, I'm doing this next year, and like celebrating, I'm like, ooh, I have to do more interviews and reapply and write another cover letter. And that was the same week that like my mom passed away. Like it was a year anniversary since my mom passed away. The holidays were a lot harder than I was expecting. Like I was just starting out my new semester in school. So it was kind of like just one thing after another was piling on top of each other, which was really, really rough. Yeah, so I ended up doing more interviews. I got one offer. I took that offer. So now I'm going to be doing drug and alcohol rehabilitation. You know, my mom struggled a lot with addiction, and I think that's kind of, well, I mean, my whole entire family struggled with addiction, but my mom, like, of course she was close to me. Like I saw it on a first-hand basis. So addiction is really hard for me. I really wanted to go into it. So maybe this was like the universe's way, or like fate's way of like having me heal from the things that I was going through. I don't know, this was not my first choice. And Joe like brought up a good point. He was like, maybe like you're supposed to do this because there was no other way like that the universe could get you to do it, unless it was like your last option and you had no other options. So that's the mindset I'm going into. I'm trying to learn things and gain knowledge and just go in with an open mind, because that's really all you can do. At the end of the day, it's 1 year and that's it. That's all I have to do is just 1 year. So I have my placement, I got engaged, I'm sick. Oh, and Ace also has double ear infection, so both me and my dog are sick. I'm finishing up my semester. I started working for a lovely family. Like I'm nannying now, so I got a little bit of extra income. I get to go out and be in the sun and like do things, which is so exciting. I can't wait. Like I look forward to it every day. Like I'm doing it 3 days a week, and like when I'm not there, I'm like, oh man, like I wish I could go there. Like, you know, it's just exciting. It's very fulfilling to do that and like have something outside of school to look forward to, which I love. And I think that's it for right now as far as like updating you guys. I definitely want to keep doing videos. I think starting my semester and getting into that whole funk of like not getting placed, I don't know, I just was like in a really weird like headspace. So I just wanted to take a break and like really just focus on school and stuff. And like I'm in a much better place now. I feel like things are just kind of working themselves out. I'm feeling a lot better about things. So yeah, I want to start filming videos again for you guys. I do miss filming videos. Like I really like it. So I will be posting more. I'm going to try and shoot for once a week again, like I was doing before. Twice a week if I'm really feeling spontaneous, especially in summertime, because I don't really have that much to do. But I'm so excited. Like I hope that was a good update. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave those questions down below. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. I'm so excited. First year done, baby. 3 more years till I'm a doctor. Ooh, ooh. But yeah, I'm so excited and glad you guys are following along on this PsyD adventure. I don't know. But yeah, okay. I love you guys.